For those of you just signing on, we will be using our resistance bands today. From what I could tell, a lot of you are familiar from some of the classes I used to do last year, but does anybody not have the resistance bands with them?
I do. I just gotta get them.
You may want to get those ready. Also, this is going to be, all these exercises are going to be done from a seated position. I'm just sitting on a stool. I was telling some participants earlier that if you have a ball, the balance ball, feel free to use the balance ball. Balance is going to be an issue for some of the exercises, so you might want to have both options if you are using the ball. And then for today, since it's been a while, I wanted to just do a full body workout, just touching up on the major muscle groups. So we'll do a light stretch. We'll go into some chest, some back, arms, lower body, shoulders, and then if we have time, we'll do a little bit of core. But wherever we leave off, I'll make a note that we'll start there next time for this program. Any questions before we begin?
No.
All right. I'll try to talk you through everything. Like I said, our bands are going to be different colors. So if I say blue band, my blue band may be different than your blue band. So I'll kind of give you the poundage, or I like to rank them from 1 through 5, 1 being the easiest, 5 being the most difficult band.
It's supposed to be hard. The hardest. It's the same as me.
All right, we'll warm up, do a quick warm up. We'll start at the head. So what I like to do is just do some easy head revolutions. Just pick a direction, clockwise, counterclockwise. And we're just gonna go around about 10 times, nice and easy. And reverse it. All right, and rest. Moving down, shoulders next. I just want you to raise up those shoulders to your ears and hold them. These are shrugs, and drop it. We're gonna hold for a second at the top and drop it. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 2 more. Up, down, up, and down. All right. Now let's get those arms across our chest. I got my right arm. I'm going to pin it with the left. You want to drop this shoulder, the one that you have the arm extended with, drop it down, and now pull towards you, pull towards the chest, and let's hold it for about 10 seconds. And switch, opposite arm, same thing. All right, and let go. Now we're going to stretch out our arms, biceps first. So let's see that 5 going forward, like a high 5. Let's flip that hand upside down so your fingers are pointing down, and just lightly pull back on your fingers. This is what it looks like from the side. Once you feel that tension in the bicep, you're going to hold it right there for about 10 seconds. And same thing with the other hand. palm out front, flip the hand, lightly pull back on those fingers. And release. We're going to move to the triceps next. I'm going to start with my right arm straight up in the air. I'm just going to bend at the elbow, dropping my hand behind my head. So right now my middle finger is right on my spine. Again, it's going to vary from flexibility for all of us, but my finger is on the spine, and I'm going to lightly push down on my elbow, kind of sending that finger down my spine. It's only going down about an inch or two. And we're going to hold there at the very end. And same thing with the other hand. Left is up in the air, going to bend right at the elbow, drop that hand behind her head, finger down the spine, and we're going to push down on the opposite elbow. And let's release. Now we'll get our chest and back a little warmed up here. So we're just going to do these big claps. We're going to put our hands forward like we're diving in the pool. We're going to open up as big as we can. Pinch those shoulder blades in the back. And then bring your hands forward like a big giant straight arm clap. Back and forward. I like to hold at the very end where you're pinching the shoulder blades back. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Hold and bring back to the middle. All right. Now we're going to warm up our trunk a little bit. You're going to do some twists. If at any point you feel any discomfort, pain, just stop it right there. But what I'd like for you to do is just bring out your arms to the side, T formation, and we're just going to turn our whole bodies all the way to the left. If you can turn that 90 degrees, that's great. And then we're going to go back the other way. Light pause at the very end each way. I like to pause for about 3 seconds and bring it back. Do 1 more each way. And last one. All right, and our last exercise, we'll just get the blood flowing a little bit, work our lower bodies. All I'm gonna do is just do some light knee raises. You can go as high as you'd like. We just wanna do that motion, get the hip flexors going here, work the quads, hamstrings, very light. One more each way. And rest. All right. So warm up is done. We'll move into our strength training with the bands. So I like to start off with one of the biggest muscle groups, that being the chest. For this first one, it's going to be more of a chest and back. It's still kind of like a prep, more than a warm up, but a little bit less than an actual exercise. So what I like for you to do is grab a band. You don't need your handles on. Somewhere towards the lower end, either the second lightest one or maybe the middle one. I personally am going to use the middle band. For me, it's the green one. So this is going to get our shoulders going, or going to get our chest going and our back. Really easy thing to do because you don't need much, just one of these bands, no handles. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it about shoulder width apart, arms forward on a parallel plane with the floor. I basically have it right in front of my chest. I know my camera I'm aiming it up, so it might look a little different, but I have it right in front of my chest, about shoulder width apart, and I'm just going to stretch it out. Don't let your elbows bend if you can help it, because we don't want our arms working here. We want our chest and our back. And all we're doing is stretching that band all the way out until it touches me on my chest, and then we're going back in. Very controlled move. That's the key here. You never want to bounce with these. Two more. Last one. All right, and break. So we're gonna do each exercise twice. I'll let you adjust for the second one if you feel that was too easy, too hard. Now's the time to make an adjustment. If it was just right, then stick with the band you had. I'm gonna challenge myself a little bit more. I'm gonna go up one more band. And we're gonna do that same exercise, 10 repetitions again. So let's get those arms up, chest height, and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, and 10. All right, good job, everyone. We're still going to stay on the chest. This one is going to be slightly different. I'm going to actually go down one band from what I had. So for me, I believe I have the middle band. The middle band or one of the lighter bands is going to work. I wouldn't go anything heavier than the middle band. But for this one, we're going to put that band around our back. We're going to use our back as the anchor point. So it's hard to see. I have a black shirt on, but that's where my band is, kind of in the middle of my back. And the key here is where you're going to grip the band. So you want to grip it right next to your rib cage here and let that slack hang, because we don't want all this. It's not going to be effective if we grab at the end. So you really want to stretch it out. You're going to stretch it out just like that. Let the slack hang. And from this position, we're going to open up into a T and back. Open to a T and back. So the entire time our chest muscles are working because we're holding that stretch, and we're doing these pec flies now. This is working the inner part of our pectorals. 5 more. Two more. And last one. And release. So feel free to make a change. If that was too easy, too hard, I'm going to move up one. I'll probably be doing this for a lot of our exercises. I like starting lower and then moving up after my muscles are warmed up. All right, set number 2, chest flies. We're gripping right by the rib cage. Extend those arms straight. Keep those elbows locked if you can. And out, T formation and back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Hold that band behind your back as an anchor, because that's going to lead us right into our next exercise, and that's going to be our chest presses. So very similar to that previous exercise, you want that good anchor middle of your back. And this time, so for the last one, we kind of gripped it with our thumbs out. I might have left that detail out, but I think most of you saw the way I was holding it. This time, we're going to do an overhand grip, like a fist pointing forward. And we're also going to grip right by our rib cage. The motion here is just going to be like a two-handed punch forward. So this is going to be our chest press. You're going to come back to the chest, rib cage area, and push out. You don't want any movement with your upper body, no cheating. It's just straight press and back. If you have a back rest, that's how you prevent the cheating, because that back rest won't let you go backwards. So we're going to do 10. We've probably done about 5 of them. So let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Quick rest. If you need to make an adjustment, go ahead. All right, set number 2, same thing. Get in position, our fist forward and push out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, and 10. If it feels uncomfortable for you to have that band behind your back, I know it can be, that's where that backrest helps on a chair, or just maybe another layer of clothing. I know I have a really thin shirt and it kind of rubs, so that's an option. All right, well, that's our chest. So we're going to move now to the opposite side. We worked our chest, now we're going to do the opposite, the back. So for the back, I'm actually going to use my heaviest band. I recommend using a heavier band for this one. Maybe not the heaviest, but definitely at least the middle one, because we're going to be pulling with our whole body. So it's really not as intimidating as you may think. But what I'm going to show you is my feet, because that's an important part of all this. My band is going to be right underneath my feet. My feet are 8 inches apart. So that's the starting position for the exercise. The top of my body, so we're going to start hunched forward, chest down. This is our starting position. And you want to grab it right by the ankles. Let that slack hang. You're going to grab right by the ankles. And all this move is we're going to sit up into a seated position, upright, and back down. So this is working our backs, our lower back. It's almost like a seated deadlift. If you want to work your hamstrings more, you can stand up and do this. It's actually a really good workout standing up, but do not bend your knees. You're going to be straight-legged. So here I'm going to demonstrate standing up, and down. I'm not bending my knees at all. This way your hamstrings are getting a little bit of that workout here too. And that's very important to back health. If you have bad back, it could be because your hamstrings are weaker and your lower back just needs that little bit more attention there. So that's our seated deadlift. We're going to do 2 more of those because I think this is a really important workout. If you want to try it standing up this time, go right ahead and you'll notice the difference with that pull on your hamstring. All right, same thing. Chest down by the knees, gripping the band by the ankles, and we're sitting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. All right, quick rest. And we're gonna do that one more time. We're only doing 2 back exercises, so we're gonna do 3 sets of each one here.
Greg, my back's already hurting. Am I doing something wrong?
Your back is hurt. Does it hurt even if you would do that same motion without the band? If you just lean forward and sat back up, is it hurting you when you do that?
Well, it's hurting now, so I'm not sure. It's mainly on the right side, though.
So, Orlinda, I know you're pretty active. Do you work your legs a lot, especially the hamstrings?
No.
That could be, so that, like I said, the hamstrings are a big factor in your back health.
Okay, my hamstrings are actually sore from riding yesterday.
Okay.
So, because I have my
Gotcha.
yesterday, so.
Well, what I'd recommend, I mean, if it's really bothering you, maybe don't do this or go very lightweight or even no weight. Because even if you're just doing the motion with your upper body,
Okay.
That's still great. You really don't need the resistance. You know,
all right, I'll do the motion.
Yeah, because that's
go through the motion.
You're working your core again. Your core.
My core's pretty strong. Yeah, I don't get why my back always hurts because my core's really strong.
That could be just another issue. Who knows? Sleeping wrong, something else ongoing. It's hard.
Well, I do have DJD in my spine.
Oh, well.
I mean,
that could be it too.
Yeah, I have DJD in the spine, which I don't understand because my back, my core is really strong. I mean, when I do planks, I can plank for 3 minutes. So,
okay,
we'll
take it easy. I don't want you to hurt yourself. You
Yeah.
know, like I said, low resistance. That goes for any one of these exercises that we do today.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to do 1 more of these, everyone. Set number 3, same thing. And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. All right. We're still going to stay in the same position, everyone. So I want you to stand on that band. I'm going to show you the side view for this exercise because I think it'll be easier. So this is a very fundamental move to work the back. It's called a row. There's a lot of variations of the row. So all we're going to do, I'm going to grip my band just below the buckle here. I'm going to let the buckle hang. My chest is slightly forward, but I'm going to sit up first just to get a little bit of tension. I want my fists down, pointed at the ground. So top of the hand upwards. And from here, we're just going to row back. We're gonna row, bring those hands until they're even with your rib cage here and back. So that's what the side view looks like. I'm gonna show you what the front looks like. Keep going from the front. That's all we're doing. Our elbows are going back and our hands are coming back as well. At the very end, give that little pinch in your shoulder blades. Two more. And rest. I just realized I was using my heaviest band. I was wondering what was going on there. Thought I was losing strength, but usually I don't do it with this band. So hopefully you guys didn't follow my lead with that heavy band for this one. But I like to do kind of something in the middle for this exercise. So I stick with the blue one. So that is a row. It's a standard row. There's different variations, which I'll go over another time, maybe the next lesson. We'll do two more of those. Maybe another, if you want to add a little bit more challenge, so I like to do it this way too. Instead of standing on the band, I like to keep my legs straight out, only heels on the ground, and then you pull from there. You pull from there. That's more comfortable for some, and you're also going to get a different angle. So if you want to try it doing it this way, go right ahead. My hands are right above the knees here, and we're just going to pull back. It's the same move. You're going to get a little bit more tension from the band, though, since your legs are extended. So either way, let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. You know, I want to do 3 of these, but I really want to run through most of the body parts. So I think we're going to go to shoulders and traps next. So we'll start with our shoulders. I recommend using a lighter band for most of these. Whenever we're working with the shoulders, I think it's a good idea. Since a lot of the movements are far away from our body, we really don't want too much weight. I'm using my red band. I think my red band is my second lightest one. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sit on it. So I'm going to put it on the seat. It helps if you have handles. So if you want to put handles on, it's going to help, especially for this first one. What's important here is that you're balanced, you're even, you're sitting on the band evenly, not like this, because then you're going to be kind of pushing funny. You want to make sure band is always even when you're pulling. So what I like to do, I like going from the back and putting my finger through the handle, because if you do it like this, you're going to get that rub with the band, and you don't want that. So I go from the back, finger in, just like this, and the band is in front of me. That way, you're not going to get that rub. So what we're doing here, we're just doing a shoulder press. Key here is that you're just going straight up with your arms and down. The rest of the body is very quiet. And we don't want to go too far down. We want to stop just above the shoulders. Up and down. Up and down. So let's do 10 of these together and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Quick rest. If you need to make a switch, go for it right now. This is another good exercise to have that back rest. Because a lot of times if you're struggling, you're pushing your chest out and you don't want to do that. It's really just the arm motion up and down. No turning, no forward lean. All right, set number 2. Hands up. And let's go. 1, down, 2, down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. All right. Now we'll switch over. You could probably use that same band you were using or go with the lightest one. You definitely want to go really light on this next move. And we're going to put that band underneath our feet. So camera, there's my band, same stance as before, 8 to 10 inches apart. Actually, I'm going to switch up the stance slightly. I want you to widen your feet a little bit just to get some more tension here. So I would say I'm about 2 feet apart, my feet. I think it's just going to work a little bit better here. Because ideally, I want you to hold the handles. The starting position is going to be just right next to the knees. And from here, actually, I have it maybe between my hip and my knee, sorry. Like right next to my quad, right over here, because we want to pull straight up. We're pulling straight up, get those elbows up and down. Up and down. I'm going to show you the side view because this can be a tricky move. The motion we want is just this. We don't want to do any kind of curl. We just want to pull straight up and down. Straight up and down. And you should be feeling this more in your traps too. The shoulders, traps, upper back is what's working here. So down, up. These are called upright rows. Want to challenge yourself more, you could do these standing up. It's going to add a lot more tension. And let's do one more. All right, and rest. All right, set number 2, and then we'll move on to arms after this. Starting position, let's bring those hands up to about the shoulders and down, up, down, up, that's 3, down, up 4, down, up 5, down, up 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good work, everyone. So now we'll move on to the arms. We're going to start with the biceps. We're going to do 2 different kinds of biceps, exercises and triceps. So for the biceps, it works best if we can either do these standing, or if you're seated, that you can extend your legs out, like I did for that one exercise where I had my heels out, because we really want a good amount of tension. So the seated version, I'm just going to put the band underneath the arches of my feet. And my palms are going to be just above the knee with facing up. So I'm holding the handles, palms facing up. That's the starting position. Below the waist and above, it's going to be a very simple move. It's just going to be a curl, but keep your elbows pinned. I don't want to see your elbow lifting off from your body. So I like to just keep them pinned here. This is the side view. And all we're doing is bending at the elbow. Bending at the elbow. So let's do 10 of these and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. We're going to do the next bicep curl. We're going to still keep doing curls, but we're going to do a different form. This time, I want you to flip your hands down. They were previously up. I want you to face them down towards your leg. Nothing else changes. The motion is the same. I want you to keep your elbow pinned by your body, whether you're standing or sitting. And we're doing reverse curls. Reverse curls. So these are going to work our forearms a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So those were 2 quick bicep exercises. And I'd like to show you 2 pretty easy tricep exercises. We're not going to need the handles here. It's fine if you keep them on. I have my red band. So my red band is either the second or middle one. I can't remember. It looks like it's the second easiest one. The one just above the yellow. So this is kind of like a 3-in-1 bicep exercise. We're going to grip the band just like this. So I have almost like a field goal type right angle with slight tension here, just a little bit of tension. And only one arm is going to work at each time. So my left is going to be the anchor. It's not going to move from this position. And all my right one is going to do is extend into a T and back. T and back. It's very important that you're just bending at the elbow here and really isolating that tricep muscle. This is what the side view looks like. I'm just very, my body's very parallel with this movement. Working on that plane, that same plane here. Let's do 2 more. Okay, and rest. But I want you to stay up here because we're going right into the opposite one. So now my right is the anchor and my left is doing all the work. Five more. And last one. Let's stay up here still. Our finishing move. This one's going to be the hardest one. Now both of them are going out. So now it's double the tension. Just bending at the elbow. Side view, that's 3, 4, 5, 5 more, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.